Raheem Sterling squandered a great chance but showed skill and poise to tee up Jesse Lingard's goal. There were moments during this contest when the faith Gareth Southgate has shown in Raheem Sterling probably came under serious scrutiny. He was caught offside on a couple of occasions, and squandered a very clear opportunity to end that 3-year wait for an international goal. John Stones scored from the save Jaime Penedo was forced to make by Sterling, but the Manchester City forward no doubt considered it a chance he should have taken. By then, however, Southgate probably felt the decision he took to keep Sterling in his side had been more than vindicated, because by then the 23-year-old had played a crucial part in England's best goal of the tournament thus far. Panama were proving cynical, over-physical opponents, and when Jesse Lingard played the ball into Sterling's feet in the 36th minute, England's No. 10 had 3 defenders rapidly closing in on him. In that split second, though, Sterling showed not just great skill but great poise, turning away from his marker and delivering a perfectly weighted pass back into the path of the advancing Lingard. It was a wonderful finish that then followed, but it owed much to the execution from Sterling. Southgate has been remarkably loyal to Sterling, protecting him against the controversy that briefly engulfed him over that tattoo and keeping him in the side when his failure to report on time for World Cup duty had very nearly persuaded the England manager to drop him for that warm-up encounter with Nigeria. A training plan Steve Holland inadvertently revealed to press photographers suggested Sterling might pay for a slightly disappointing display in the opening game of this World Cup against Tunisia last Monday. But Southgate clearly felt Sterling was part of his best 11 when he came to Russia, and he no doubt felt this match against Panama was the ideal platform to get him firing again and so lessen what was being described, not least by Holland, as an over-reliance on Harry Kane. The goals that arrived here in Nizhny Novgorod from Stones and Lingard certainly eased the burden of responsibility on the England captain, with further openings created after an opening 45 minutes that saw Southgate's side surge into a 5-goal lead. Southgate would have noted how often Sterling was involved. He invited teammates to score on a couple of further occasions and had a crack with an effort of his own that flew wide, and he may well have also reached the end of this game feeling there is little that needs fixing here. Of course, the one Group G game that now remains for England against Belgium might well be used by Southgate to rest key players. Depending on whether he decides if he actually wants to top the group, he might pretty much pick a second-string side, perhaps with the exception of Delali. That could well offer Marcus Rashford another opportunity to shine. It was interesting to see that he was not used as a substitute here, with Jamie Vardy sent on when Southgate wisely took off Kane. And if that is indeed the case and Rashford excels much like he did in the friendly against Costa Rica, it is sure to reopen the debate about whether Sterling has done enough to justify his place. Southgate does keep picking him, though, and when it comes to the knockout stages it is difficult to imagine the lineup being vastly different to what we've seen so far. This looks like a winning formula, and it is one, for now at least, that contains Sterling,